Hey, hey, brother sewing and crafting family. Wait a minute, it's not Tuesday or Thursday. I actually have to laugh. I did that on purpose. We are behind the scenes in my studio, and I am super excited to see you. So, welcome to Behind the Scenes. I'm Angela Wolf. Today, I have got a box of unfinished projects. I haven't seen you in a couple weeks. I've missed you, but we had a fabulous event in Oklahoma City. Then we had a fabulous event in Fresno. Wow, if you live near either of those stores, you got to stop in. They have fabulous stores, lots of fabric. So I can see you all. I just make sure you can hear me. Yeah, I'm live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Ah, it's so nice to see you. So I have a question for you all, and you can leave a note in the chat. As you know, my travel schedule has picked up immensely since COVID. Basically when COVID hit, there was no traveling for 2 years basically, but now it's in high gear again. I love seeing all of you when I go to an event as well. So first of all, is there a specific dealer you would love to see me visit? Drop their name below and tag them, because I can't go everywhere, but if I know where the Wolfpack's going, I have a little soft heart for you. And also another question for you. If I move the Wednesday live show to noon, and then it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, noon, is that better for you, or do you care? So if you want it noon, just type noon in the comments. If you don't care, just say you love watching anytime, and I'll just take you as it doesn't matter. But I'm just trying to figure out for next year, if every day is at noon, it's a lot easier to remember, right? Well, I don't know. I'm sure that I'm on your calendar anyway, so I'm not worried. But I'll wait to see your comments. So what do we got going on today? A lot. We have a lot. And I'm going to try to, you're just going to sew with me. I took everything out of my suitcase. I literally have had a couple days just to kind of unwind. Yes, I have jury duty, but thankfully I haven't been called yet. I have, let's see, today's Wednesday, 2 more chances. Please no jury duty. Please no jury duty. I know. But I have some fun things for you, and I want to remind you of a couple things. Everyone's saying noon, doesn't matter, anytime. Oh, love you guys. Okay. Those of you that have Artspira, I got to share something very exciting. I don't know if I'm supposed to share this yet, but last weekend while we were in Fresno, I was with some of the Artspira team. So just for the record, one of them said it was okay to share this. So Wolfpack, you're the first one to hear about this. Meet me over at the ironing board, and I'll show you something very exciting. All right, come on over. I think it's right here. Oh, yeah, there we are. Well, this is what we're working on today. I'm going to sew my jacket. A lot of you have asked, so switching gears for a second, a lot of you have asked, how do you get that tulle on top of your fabric? So this is all embroidered on tulle. If you've been watching the last few weeks, you've watched me do this. Okay, this is like super, super easy. Here's another one. This one's not going on this jacket because this was on black tulle, but this is what we have. These designs are included with the Avenir. And now I'm going to press my jacket because I just took it out of the suitcase, and we're going to attach some of this to the jacket. And I'll show you how I do it. So right now it's all on tulle. Look at how beautiful that looks. I know I don't have enough for sleeves, so it's just going to be a really cute vest. I haven't decided if I'm going to add a zipper yet to kind of make it more of a casual dressy. This is that silk peony that I distressed. If you missed that show, you can go back and watch that. Let's put that to the side for a moment. I'm going on my app to Artspira. If you don't know what that is, I am a Brother brand ambassador, by the way, full disclosure. But this is very exciting. So Artspira works with any Wi-Fi Brother machine. And if you go to the top and punch in Angela Wolf, guess what comes up? Yay! These are my new designs that one isn't. I don't know where that one came from. But these are the new designs that I've been working on that are for a 4x4 hoop and a 5x7 hoop. And you can purchase these in Artspira now. And I don't know if it's supposed to be secret, but it's not secret anymore. So this is one. See the design? I'm actually just brought this over to my 10 needle a little bit ago. I thought this would be really cute on a corner of a pillow or a napkin. And of course, I have to have a collection. So let me go back here. Here's the center part. See the beautiful flowers. Now, I'm thinking of doing this in red for the holidays, but of course I love my pinks. And then here's one that's a little bit longer. And this one would be great on jeans. So I'll show you these stitched out. And of course I have my fish. I've got my beta fish. You can change the colors. You don't have to use my colors, but these are all in Art Spirit. So take a look. These were all this when I stitch my items out. I always stitch them on like a linen fabric just to make sure that the quality's good. There's no hard stitches. So here's the 5x7 one that I thought would look beautiful on jeans. I know, I love this, but I want to play with the colors. I know. It's like, okay, this just came out and you're already playing with colors. But I'm just thinking red and real soft red would look so good for like Christmas, for the Christmas table. It's not really a chrysanthemum, but it's a flower, right? So this is the longer one. Here's the little square. This fits in a 4x4 hoop. So this, any Brother machine that has Wi-Fi, these would work for. I know, I love that. And then here's another one. This is the same one. I must have tested and changed something. I did. See this one? I know this is probably sounds stupid to you. When I was digitizing this, I'm looking at this and I did not like this one here. I wanted it a little curlier. Curly Q. So that's how we ended up with this one. This one has more curly Qs. All right, and then here's the beautiful corner. I love this. I love napkins. You all know this even from the COVID days when I said I don't cook, but I love to make a great table. So look at how beautiful this is. It's very dainty, very lightweight. I just have one layer of no-show mesh on here and it embroidered beautifully. The fabric is a linen blend. All right, and then of course my fish. I love beta fish. I just thought these, let me make sure I'm in the center of the screen. I thought this would look great on, I don't know. I was thinking more home deck for these, but now that I look at this, I'm thinking like going down my sleeve between this one. I don't know. I like this color too. Those are the same fish, just different colors. I did them in two different colors on there just so you could kind of see the difference. A lot of people don't have a visual for different colors. And then, of course, there's the mini beta fish, which I don't have right here. So these are on the Art Spirit app. And there is a fee for these. They're not very expensive, $5.59. So like a cup of coffee. But it goes to any Brother machine that has Wi-Fi. And don't forget that even if you don't want my designs and you just want, here's the other. By the way, here's the other design that I don't have right here. Isn't that cute? And then there's one more. This is the same design, a few differences for those that want like a blue and orange, like that really looks like a beta fish. But there is a free month right now, 30 days to Art Spirit. So if you want to try the paid membership, now would be the time to do that. So there you go. That's the top secret. So before I start sewing, I'd love to know your thoughts. I love digitizing. It's so much fun. It's addictive though. Ask anybody I just saw the last few days. Every time I saw them, I was like, can I take a photo of your outfit? Can I take a photo of your sleeve? Because they were wearing really cute outfits. And of course, I'm inspired to digitize. So I'll pop over and see if you got any questions for me before I move on. I got lots going on today. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Barbara. I love it. I love it. So if you embroider these, please share them on social and tag me. I would love to see this. I'm just grateful that Brother said, hey, would you like to add some designs to Art Spirit? So there I am. There I am. Oh, great to see you guys. Great to see you. Great to see you. And we have some new people here too. Everyone says anytime is fine. All right. So it looks like we got a 50-50. So if I move it to noon, everybody's not going to freak out. That's good. I'll let you know. Stay tuned. It just depends when I look at the schedule for next year. Last year, I tended to fly every Wednesday, so we missed our live shows. So I want to make sure I pre-record those so you can at least get a good tutorial for the day. All right. Come on over. We're going to the multi-needle before I start working on my peach jacket. Come on over. I think it's this one. Here you go. Yep. I'll show you something that I've done here. I'll make sure I'm centered for the other camera. You can see all of my boxes. I just finished going through all the mail that came here, all the little gifts, all the fun things. All right, so here, I brought in this design. You can just barely see it. Let me go under here. And I've been filming, so I've messed up a bunch. Not messed up, but I changed a bunch of settings on here right now. Background image off. All right, there is my design. I can make it a little bigger. And I can also, let's put it into color shuffle. I'm just curious. And yes, this is on the 10 needle, but you could do this on, well, I could do it on the Avenir. I could do it on the Luminaire, any of those brother machines that have this. So color shuffle. Let's go with, let's get rid of all these. Let's go with bright red and like a, what color would look good on the inside of that? Well, white probably would look good, but I'll go with like a really light, here, let's go with a vibrant burgundy and then a light red. Okay, and then we need a green. Oops, no, not that color. Green. And a light green. Let's see what that comes up with. I'm not, oh, that one's really ugly. It's like, no offense, color shuffle, but that's not where we're going with this. All right, I want red. That's almost the same. No, we're getting a little closer. Okay, I got a better idea. How about if I just go to color? Pink, let's make pink red. Oh, there we go. And then here's the other pink. Let's make this like a light. And then green and green is fine. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, that's a little more Christmassy. I could even make those little pink things red. So the idea, so just so you can kind of get a background here, what my thought process was with this design. Okay, watch. Now that's as big as this hoop will go. And now, because I have it on the A. So if I have one here, and then go back into edit, let's duplicate that here, rotate. You're kind of getting the idea, right? I'll make you just a little closer. And then you can add, I have these on my USB stick because I was worried that when I'm live, it won't go through ArtSphere. Sometimes there's a glitch when I'm live. So I have it all on a USB stick. Go in here, let's click another design. This one. So if this was a larger area or a table, maybe a whole table cover, all of these would match. So I wonder, I'm going to get rid of that for now because this will probably be two hoopings. So if this one was here, go rotate to the left. Here, we'll just move to bigger hoops, right? Now it's kind of looking a little more. Now I'm kind of taking up the entire screen, but now you're getting the idea a little bit more. And then go back to duplicate. Now you're going to see my entire vision come to fruition here. And let's duplicate one more time. Let's rotate. There's 90. You can kind of see now. Are you getting the visual for this? Okay, and then add. Now this one will fit. I have to change the color on this, but look at how beautiful that is. So I can even take this, click set, and let's see if we can change the size at all. So that's just with this button here. Can we change the density to make it really big? Oh, I love that. I hadn't even tested that. Okay, that's a little big, but yay. So you can change the size. See, I didn't even know these things. I mean, I know you can with a lot of designs, but I wasn't sure with Artspira. So now this, as a table in the center of a table, I could put a candle here. Here's the corners, and then I could make matching napkins. I absolutely love this. This would also be beautiful on a pillowcase. So this was my vision. Of course, it's only 3 designs at this point. But you know me, and you know I've got more going on than that. But this will get you started. Just a touch of couture for your holiday projects. All right, there's more. I have to finish embroidering my sleeve. I got to show you this. Barbara says, I see these in my future. Yes. Hey, what do you got for me, Lorraine? When they say Artspira will be compatible with any Brother machine, will it now be compatible with the XDX? No, you have to have Wi-Fi. And I don't think your SDX225. Does it have Wi-Fi? So any Brother machine, as long as it has Wi-Fi. All right, any more questions for me? Drop them in the chat. It's so nice to see you. Again, it's been a couple weeks. So, all right, you ready for some more? I'm going to hoop my silk, and a lot of people asked about that. And then lastly, I'm going to work on my jacket. So come on over. I think it's right here. Nope. How about right here? There we go. Look at that hot mess. Oh, look at that hot mess. It is, if you saw my studio right now, it is a hot mess. It's sad because I just had this place cleaned. Well, I didn't have it cleaned. I cleaned it before I left for all those shows. Okay, so I have 2 hoops here. Let me get this out of the way. Oh no, I hear the mailman. Is he coming back? So this is the hoop that comes with the 10 needle. But thanks to my dear friend Helen, she showed me how to use these jerky hoops. And now I'm completely obsessed with this right now because it's super easy. So at first I want to make sure I'm using wash away. Nope, this is no show. This is why I stick this thing in the bottom, because I don't want to screw it up. Here is this wash away? Oh, you know what we're going to have to do? Let me go get a cup of water. I'm not spitting on it. And I know some of you said just spit on it. I'm not doing that. All right, water. I should always, always, always put the label on the inside, and I did not. So let's take a little dab. Do you know the best way to get rid of stabilizer if it's wash away? Use hot water and Downy fabric softener. This is not. Oh, of course I'm using cold water. It's my drinking water. Oh, it's disappearing. Wash away. All right. Note to self, don't drink the water. Okay. Now, this is what I embroidered last week before I left you. Is this, where's the end of it? Wait a minute. Do I have the wrong sheet? Let me go back to my suitcase here. I know I had some extra fabric, but I already embroidered on one of these, so I don't want to cut another one. Since it's silk, it's a tad bit expensive. Where is it? I tell everyone at the shows, I'll chase you down if I can't find my samples. All right, so far I found 2, none of which I'm looking for. Does anybody see embroidery on this? Am I missing it? There's no embroidery on this one. This is not it. I've got this one, and I have this one. I don't know if you all saw this when it was finished last week. Oh, it turned out so beautiful. All right, let me look one more place. Otherwise, we're skipping this one until I find the fabric. Where are you? You know, I don't see it. Okay. Oh, I found it. Somebody probably said I spy and saw it. So this is what I embroidered last week, right before I left. Now these are designed for the Avenir, but I shrunk it down a little bit so I could take it to the 10 needle and just get it done fast, because I want to do this is at the front of the blouse, and then for the sleeves, I'll do the sleeves on the Avenir because I want them, then they're the right size, they're bigger. So let's grab some of this wash away. So funny, that no-show mesh and the wash away, I swear they feel exactly the same. All right. I'll try to keep my head out of the way. I swear you get a little workout doing these. Oh, this one is like a stiff one. There we go. Plus, I'm not exactly at the perfect angle for this. I'm leaning way over. Not a good idea, right? So I'm just putting my stabilizer into the hoop. Helen, are you watching? Aren't you proud of me? I got this figured out. She was like, I can't believe you're not using these hoops. I'm like, oh. So, hey, Durkee, I got it together now. All right, so here's my spray. And let me put my paper down. I usually take it outside to spray, but since you're right here, I'll just put some paper down. Oh, my Shirley pattern. How do you like that? Note to self, do this outside. All right, that's part of the blouse. And now I'll go to this side for the other part of the blouse. It's really hard to line up those stripes. Here we go. What's on your sewing table today, by the way? Anything? You working on stuff for the holidays or just hanging out? Okay. Let's head over to the machine. Looks pretty good to me. All right. Oh, Susan's making another Julie blouse. Oh, you guys are doing a lot of fun things. Oh, good, Helen. All right, so here we are. Now I'm going to need to empty that last design I was doing on there. So this is the newer one that has a little table. I always make sure I've got black. I do. I keep this table because it keeps my bigger hoop steady. Otherwise it seems to hit and it gets on my nerves. So tie that under there. And this side, I had one little boo-boo happen on the last one. I was so annoyed with myself. So this time I'm going to make sure the fabric stays up here. So I'll probably just use a pin, a little clip or something like that. All right. I can't show you the other corner of the room because I'm working on a real cool pattern hack for Fashion Sewing Club tomorrow. So that's going to be a great show. Fashion Sewing Club, don't forget, 2 o'clock tomorrow. You should have already gotten a link. And if you just joined Fashion Sewing Club, make sure you email me so I can make sure you're in there. I don't want you to miss that link. We're doing an awesome neckline pattern hack. Few of the members have asked for this hack for a while, and it's really on trend right now. Okay, that looks good. Now, back to the screen. I think, so there's my design. That's cool. I'm going to save that. No, I'll probably change that. So for now, I'm just going to click Edit End, change to a larger hoop. I know that. Let's just go back home. All right, in my memory, because I think it's already saved in the machine because I already did one of these. There we go. This is so much fun. Click Set. Oh, did I use the smaller hoop? I think I did. Let me see if I have a smaller version of this in here. Otherwise, I have to work on that later too. All right, in here, is this one smaller? No. Those were the real small ones. Yep, I used the smaller hoop. Dang it, have you ever done that? And you're like, I just went through all that work and I grabbed the wrong hoop. Where's the right hoop? It's got to be around here somewhere. Oh, it's over there. Okay. Well, that one's coming up later. I know. All right. Anybody have any questions before I go to the peach jacket? Since that was like a very unsuccessful, I will take that back out. I think what I'm going to do, though, is I think I'm going to take it and make it smaller. I think I'm just going to make it smaller. It won't match the other side. That doesn't matter. Who cares, right? It's my designs. So if I go in here, I'm looking at what I have here. Let's go back home. Now I know that I had these in here, but if I can get a smaller one, I just want to get a little embroidery on the bottom side of the other one. So here we go. Set. Let's go to size. It's getting there. Let's center it. That looks like that might be okay. See what happens when I play with this while I'm not here, and then I come back, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm thinking, let's go down one right there. Let's see if that will work. Okay. Nope, I changed a setting on here. I'll go fix that because I'm pretty sure, I'm looking around, I'm pretty sure that was the hoop I was using. Okay, let's go work on the jacket then. Welcome to my life today. Number 8. Join me over here. All right. That's what I get for changing a bunch of stuff, right? Oh, you know what? I didn't have my screws tight either. That was my fault. Oh, I can tell you why. Now it's all coming back. Here you go. This is why, because I was attaching the F blade yesterday, so I didn't have it reset to the A. Do you know what this is? This is for those beautiful, they're magnetic hoops for the multi-needle. I was going through the bundle. I've been doing the gift guide bundle for brother, and one of the bundles with the 10 needle are these hoops. They're really sweet. That's why it said that. Okay, well, let's still go to the orange top. Come on over. All right, you know I'm hitting buttons on the way. Oh, guess what? Now that I tightened all of my screws and made sure that the A ramp was on, I call it the A ramp because my machine's the Top Gun, so we go with like, you know, airline. This is ramp. We're taking off here soon. Now it worked. That's all I had to do. So what screws? I unscrewed all these on the side, and so that was my bad. I knew it was something normal, like not too crazy. All right, so these are the colors that I have. I already had them spread out pretty good. Number 7, number 2. Yeah. All right, there she goes, Top Gun. All right, back over here. I'm going to hit pause because I know that my mic is right next to that, and you're going to be like, I can't hear anything. So back to our top. Some people saw this in person last week when I was traveling with it. So this is the top. You can go back and watch those episodes if you missed it. I underlined the entire jacket with cotton. And now I need to give it a good pressing because it's been traveling in my suitcase. All right, so this is the part that I want to add the stabilizer. But there's one very important thing I need to do. I want to make sure that this center front seam is somewhat straight. And it looks like it's curving a little bit, which could be because of some of my well, I was going to say some of my sewing. That's not what I meant, though. I did not mean sewing. All right, so let's grab a ruler, some chalk, because you really have to give yourself some guidelines when you're doing this, or your corners are not going to turn out the way you want them to. So this is the center front of my jacket. I want this to be as straight as possible because if I'm going to have a center front seam, you can't have a center front seam that's all wonky. So I just ran this through the serger when I was doing this. So if it's a little bit crooked, I need to straighten it out now. So remember, we did all this distressing of the fabric. And it looks like that little piece got pulled out just a little bit. All right, so this is where I'm going to sew my center front facing. And it looks like it's a little bit, I need to go a little bit more. See if I can pull this back over just a little bit. When all that fabric was distressed by doing that needle felting, it can get skewed, which is why I want to make sure that I have this line straight. The worst thing you could ever have is a center front seam that looks like that. Although everybody knows the dance now. Do you know the dance? Cutting tool dance. If you've been at any of my in-person classes, you know the tool dance. So I'll be cutting away some of this, but this chalk mark here is going to be, that's a straight line for the center front of my trim here. So I've already started to sew a little bit of this on. I just want to make sure it's even. So even from that line, if I go in like 3/4 of an inch, that's pretty even. All right, so grab a couple pins. I'm using silk pins. So when I hang up with you today, I can turn the 10 needle on. I'm going to embroider there. I'm going to finish this, and then I'm going to embroider another piece in the Avenir that's longer because you have so much more room in there to make these bigger designs. So this is a mini version. Now this one is only in the Avenir. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now what I want to do is I want to do free motion along this entire area, and then we'll trim it. And then you'll learn how to do this, and you can do it yourself. So in my last few classes, that I had, the ladies were asking, so when you embroider on tulle, do you have to use it just for sleeves? No, you don't. Of course, I love the sleeves. But by embroidering on tulle and then attaching it to the jacket, guess what? It doesn't get embedded into that fabric, and it looks great. Wait till we cut it away. You're going to be amazed. So you might have seen this before, but it never gets old. So come on over. I've got my Avenir set up with free motion right now, and you're probably thinking, why wouldn't you use the new stitch regulator foot? Well, for this, I could. But if you remember by any of my lessons on the stitch regulator foot, you have to have your fabric within a certain area up here, or it won't work. So for our tutorial, for this sake, since I'm leaning over a camera with you here, here's the other pieces I have. I'm just going to go to free motion. So come over here to the screen. Put the feed dogs down. And I could even go to, let's see, there's a quilting stitch. Let's just go with the needle in the center position. Let me see what this looks like. Yeah, that looks good. And then I have the feed dogs down. The only difference is I have the closed toe foot on right now, so I'm going to change that. And I need to decide. I can't remember. I got this thread from World Winder. I can't remember which color matched the best. They're both like so similar. One's lighter, one's darker. Ay, ay, ay. Whoop. They both look great. I think I'll go with the lighter one. At least that's what I'm going to say. We're going to go with. I have white thread underneath because you're not going to see the back side. At least you shouldn't see the back side. And I could use the closed toe foot. It's for embroidery. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just the open toe you can actually see what you're doing. All right, there's that. If I have my Avenir box close, I will. Otherwise, let's see, what do I got here? Here it is. I'll go ahead and switch her out. This is when I come to my studio and I go, where are all my brother's screwdrivers? Does anybody spy? I spy? I had a whole container of them with my last class, and now where did I put them? Don't you hate that? It's probably there. Come back over. I'm sure it's like right there or on a table around. I didn't clean that good that I would get rid of all my screwdrivers. Not back here. If you see it, let me know. No. Nope, not in the back. Looking over here on my luminaire. Nope. Oh boy. Well, we might be using free motion after all, because as soon as I hang up with you, I'm sure that I'll find 4 little screwdrivers. Nope. Oh, found it. Okay. Are you asking me, Mary, did I take into account the seam allowance? Yeah, I did. For this, because the seam allowance is a 1/2 inch seam allowance for here. So I'd rather start here at the 1/2 inch, and then even if it comes out a little bit, I want to make sure that I don't do more than a 1/2 inch. So I have it marked on my whole jacket, and then what I'll do is I'll baste in the zipper if I'm going to do a zipper, or just kind of try it on to make sure it's not too tight. All right. Let me make sure that this looks okay. I think I want it in the center. I'm a center needle kind of girl. That being said, do you like the needle in the center, or do you like the needle on the side? And if you like it on the side, do you like it on the left or the right? Because everybody has their own opinion on that one, or their own preference. But once you're used to one thing, you should just do it. Stick to it. Okay, I'm going to try to slide around the camera. Can you see that okay? Let me make sure you're in here. You got it? I can never tell. We're going to go with yeah. So I'm kind of standing up and doing this to get around the camera. I guess I'm not going to hear you yell at me if I'm in the way, so we'll just go with it. So I already started the corner, and basically what I'm going to do is stitch. Get this foot pedal a little closer to me. I don't need to do yoga around the camera, just lean over it. One of these days I'm going to take a photo so you can see what I look like. It'll give you the laugh of the year. All right. See, I'm going around the embroidery design. Make sure you keep your hands out of the way. I'm just moving the fabric around. Getting very close to the embroidery design. I do have a few pins in here, so be very careful not to embroider or stitch over your pins. This is what you call free motion. I call it thread painting. Oh. That was way in there. I got too much tulle stuck in that part. Okay, try this again. Actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut that part just to make sure I don't have any nubs on the back. I was trying to turn around and look at all of you while I did this. So the back side, you can just barely see that stitching on the back side because it's cream colored. All right. Now I'm just going to pop over to Robin says center. Are you all voting on which way you want your designs? Yeah. So Patricia from Belgium says in the center. Robin from Australia says the center. I'm with you. Angela from the USA says center too. Center, center, center. Oh, thanks, Janelle. All right, I'll back to my machine. If you have questions for me, put a question mark in front of it because this is the last little tutorial and I'll come over and answer for you. Then I got to get my Top Gun back on there. Embroidering. Yeah, I was looking at the gift guide for Brother, and of course I'm biased because I love their product, but I'm also an ambassador. But they have some really good deals. You know, like they always have the extras. So I think for the 10 needle, I was going through the bundle, and I know some of my friends were looking at a 10 needle. They have two different bundle packages. One is for business, one is for like more fun. So one included those new magnetic hoops, which I was setting up for and forgot, which is why it told me to move to a bigger hoop. That was my bad. And then the business one also includes the new software, the BE. And I haven't played with that a lot, but the potential is huge right there. My goal is over the Christmas holidays to spend, I always like to watch videos and learn during that couple-week little mini vacation, kind of. All right, I'm going around the embroidery designs. Now you notice if I go in the embroidery designs with all that fabric, it makes a little bit of a noise. We don't want that. So we're not digitizing. We're just attaching the embroidery to our jacket. And if you get to the thicker areas, just go a little slower to make sure you don't break a needle. Now somebody asked me last week, well, what happens if some of these flowers are bigger and they start to pull away? Well, what I often will do is when I'm finished going around the perimeter of everything, like you see here, I will go back and change my thread to the color of the embroidery and then just do a couple little mini stitches inside. No, I don't do them by hand. I just do this free motion. And you really have to be careful to keep your fingers away from the needle when you're doing this. You can get in the habit of looking and saying, hey, I'm like right here, and all of a sudden, boom. I've never had that happen, to be honest, but I can see the potential if you're not paying attention. I think that's as close as I can get you. So hopefully you're seeing this okay. Now, if I was not live, I would probably be going 4 times this speed. So why did I have the pins in there? Well, first of all, you can see the tool will move a little bit as I'm going. It kind of just fluctuates a little. And you don't, if you want that design to be straight or in the corner, you got to make sure that it stays there. So those pins just kept my tool in place until I get to that section. All right, how's it looking? I've got a little bit more. I need to go around some of this greenery just a little more, because when I cut the tool off, you need to make sure that all the embroidery is going to stay down, that you don't accidentally cut the leaves. Hopefully my hands are out of your way. And the thread color I'm using matches my jacket, so you shouldn't be able to see that either. I say should not, because, you know, there's always exceptions to the rule. I always have a little harder time going backwards. So in that case, if you have that too, cut your thread, start down at this end, and move forward. It's always easier to see what's coming ahead. Oh, wait, did you see that error message? I just had somebody tell me this the other day. I'll show it to you in a second. So I'm using the foot pedal right now. And if you're using the foot pedal, guess what? You can't use the green button, the stop go button. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, so let's just say that I'm right here and I try to hit this green button. My foot pedal's hooked in, so this is the error message you get. See that? The start-stop button does not work with the foot pedal. Somebody sent me this recently, and that means you need to unplug your foot pedal from the side, and then it will work. All right, let's go cut this baby. Get your sharpest scissors. Oh, Mary, you got your finger with a 6 needle. Ow! Oh, that would look good. I like the beads, Pam. I like the beads. All right, here's my design. Okay, it looks good. Now I need to find my sharpest scissors I've got laying around here. Honestly, the bigger the better. And I don't usually use the serrated edge for this. Oh, you know what? There's my bigger hoop over here. I did have a bigger hoop on there, but it's going to work. Okay. So these are serrated. Why don't I use serrated? Because when you go to trim, it actually captures the tool. And I want to just slide it. So no serrated. I got to get my other big pair. It's on the other side of the room. Getting my exercise today. Here they are. 7280s. If you're looking for a great Christmas gift, if you want any Kai scissors with your name engraved and the Angela Wolf logo, be sure to send me an email, because I can have that done for you. And you get a little discount too. All right, so watch what happens. If you're using sharp scissors, you're just using the little point. I'm not opening these up. I'm only using the point. Okay, now everyone who saw me the last few weeks knows the dance that I'm doing. There's a dance that goes with this. And you're just gently sliding your scissors. See how I'm pulling just a little bit along that tool, and it rips right off. So my scissors are just going up against my stitching, Oh, I wanted to finish this jacket for like a month. I'm so excited to finally get it going. I might have it done before Thanksgiving. You never know. You have to be very careful that you don't cut your fabric. That's why if you look real closely, I'm pulling the tool. See my hand pulling here? And then my scissors are just ripping the tool. So I'm pulling the tool away from the fabric. And then when I finish here, all you have left on there is your embroidery. There will be a little bit of tulle down there, probably around some of these flowers, but I used a cream colored, and look, can you see that at all? No, it looks amazing. And even the stitching that goes around these that was kind of messy, you can't see that either. It blends right in with the fabric. Look at that. And because I distressed the fabric, it really blends in. All right, let's go this way. All right. So I've got a little bit more to do, but what do you think? Then you give it a really nice pressing. And voila, part of my vest is almost finished. Yay. All right, so this is what I got here. It even matches my top that I'm wearing. See how nice that looks? Super rich. This is going to be cute. Now I just need to decide, am I going to use a really cool zipper? Now this is the collar, which will have facing, and I also need another vote. When I put the facing on, which is the same color as the peach, should I or should I not attach this little piece right here? Yay or nay? Too much? Too little? Should I finish the outside edges and then let you vote? I don't know. But this is turning out really stinking cute. And look at how easy that was. Embroidered on tulle. Everyone has seen this recently, and now this is how great it looks. So if you like that, do me a favor and give me a huge thumbs up because I'm excited to finish this jacket. Yeah. All right. So if you're on YouTube, please do me a favor and subscribe. You'll never miss a live show. If I change the time, you'll be notified. And also, if you liked this video, be sure to like on Facebook and subscribe. And then I know what else you want to see. All right. Anybody have any questions for me before I roll? Before everybody's saying yay, yay. I love it. Isn't it fun? Thank you. Thank you. Here's a question from Pam. Did you just use 1/2-inch seam allowances and put the design up right next to your seam allowance? Yes. So I used a 1/2-inch seam allowance on the bottom and the side and lined up the design a little inside of that because I just dropped it on the floor. Because when I go to attach the facing on this, I need a seam allowance for that facing. So that's how look at how good this looks. Love it, love it, love it. And guess what? I have it in black too. So now I can do my black jacket. Now I have to decide if I'm going to do a silk du peony jacket or maybe a black tweed. I love these flowers. So All right. Any other questions that I'm missing? I'm just scanning. Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Brenda. I tried to hold it steady and not fall over. Pam, are you using the stitch regulator? No, I was not. And the reason being is because I was on camera with you. And if I guide this into the Avenir, use the stitch regulator foot, you have to have a certain amount of fabric behind. So I could have attached, I'm dropping everything. Oh, yeah. I could have attached like a leader fabric to it, or I could have sewn this direction, but I did not use a stitch regulator foot. But if I wasn't on camera with you, I probably would, because I have a little more way to move around a little bit. And by the way, I know I keep plugging the gift guide, but here, check this out. For those that are looking for some great holiday items, or you're adding something to your, well, I don't know, to your list, right? So check this out. On the Celeste machine, so there's the Avenir. That one has the stitch regulator foot. And there's the 10 needle. Here's the Celeste. This one has, on the sewing side, it also includes that stitch regulator foot. So that's a really good deal. And this is what I wanted to show you. On the 10 needle, let me see if it'll change pages. Oh, this is the wrong page. It doesn't show you everything that comes with it. I closed that page. Well, you can see the included accessories, but it doesn't tell you what it's bundled with. But I can tell you there's 2 bundles for the holidays. Yeah. I'll look it up before tomorrow's live show. But you want to see that magnetic hoop. Last but not least, which is what I was playing with before we went live when I hooked up this here. Here they are. These are included in that bundle. These are so nice. I'll take you over to the ironing board real quick. For those that have a multi-needle or you're looking for one, I was watching Alexis this last weekend and Rosemary at the last event. They are like the multi-needle queens. Well, there's a lot of the brother educators are great at the multi-needles, but they just always have cool, fun projects. So I'll slide this, just watch how easy this is. And this is how am I backwards? This is so easy, I can't even get it to come off. But that's how easy, this is magnetic. So when you have fabric, you just slide it on. And you can leave this hooked into your machine and then just keep sliding your fabric. So this is the 5x7. This is the 4x4. Alexis was doing this with a pair of jeans. And also you can get into some like little small spaces. So anyways, these are only for the multi-needle machine. It's an accessory, but it's included in the bundle, one of the bundles. So make sure if you're putting any of these machines on your list for Santa, make sure you take a good look at the gift guide, because you want to make sure that you get these. I mean, these are like free bundles that are just offered through the holidays. They always have this during the holidays, and they always have different things. So you want to check that out. All right. Any last minute questions for me? And I'm going to let y'all go. Have a great day. Oh, thanks, Bonnie. I think so too. Thanks, Pam. Always have to have some fun for you. Tomorrow we have a live show with Brother at noon, and Fashion Sewing Club, I will see you at 2. I've got a big surprise for you. It's going to be a fabulous pattern hack. I'll give you a hint. It's in the neck area. It's in the neck area. If you'd like to join the Fashion Sewing Club, just go to angelawolf.com. I think I've got that right here for you. Behind my camera. Head over to angelawolf.com, slide down to Fashion Sewing Club, and I would love to see you there. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Until next time, happy sewing.